It's the Nachum Segal Network, and guess what? We are live from New Jersey with our friends at Nefesh B'Nefesh, who are here for the Medex event. You might recall the Medex event was originally scheduled for a couple of months ago. Things didn't work out exactly the way we thought, so the event was postponed. And sure enough, on Parade Day here in the tri-state area, specifically up Fifth Avenue in New York City, Nefesh B'Nefesh converges on New Jersey, and the Medex event, which is scheduled, whose purpose it is to help those in the medical industry facilitate their Aliyah, whether it means getting to Israel quicker, taking care of different things here instead of waiting till they get to Israel, finding job opportunities here that are available in Israel as opposed to waiting till they get to Israel. It's all here at Medex, and we welcome to these airwaves a couple of special guests who've spent a lot of time, I'm proud to say, on these airwaves. Speaking to you, the wonderful listeners, that's, of course, the co-founders of Nefesh B'Nefesh. We have Tony Gelbart. Tony, a pleasure to welcome you back.
Thank you so much.
As you can hear, the crowd's very enthusiastic. And Rabbi Yoshua Josh Fass.
Thank you so
much. Who
much.
looks as refreshed as ever, I might add.
I am exhausted.
I mean, this is
my fifth cup of
This is what
coffee.
Parade Day does to Rabbi Fass. It makes him refreshed, makes him
the color,
makes him look well rested.
Oh, stop it!
And here he is.
Two of you.
It's amazing. You think back to the very first Medex event. I don't know. Would you have thought that sure enough, every single year you'd be doing this and that there'd be this much enthusiasm and need for it? And I say it like that because the two of you don't like to do things that end up waning after a year or two. You don't like to do things that, start to go downhill, that start to have less capacity, or I should say less of an attraction than they have in previous years. So if you went ahead and founded Medex, you probably felt that this is going to be a mainstay, something that's going to be necessary for North American Jews for a very long time. Would that be safe to say?
It is.
Yeah. And you go back to the very first one, and that was your thinking, right?
It's been amazing. It's been an incredible ride. 9th year of doing Medex.
9 years.
Yeah, it was born 9 years ago in some kind of fashion. It would never recognize itself today. And over the last few years, we've been around the world, bringing Medex to different countries around the globe, and to come back after globetrotting and coming back to New Jersey, where it was created, and having the largest attendance of a Medex ever. Just 2 hours ago, we had 527 people, medical professionals, register for today. Well, by the end of the day, we'll see, hopefully, most of those people show up. And it's just staggering. The enthusiasm, the energy, the interest is just absolutely inspiring. And every year our team is remarkable, and every year they think of other ways to make it better and to improve and to enhance and to advance. And it's just super. Just so proud of the staff, so proud of what we created, of seeing how it's changing lives. We're very, very, we feel very rewarded this day.
The other location, boy, am I glad you brought that up, because I was ready to keep concentrating on what's happening here in the Garden State. But boy, am I glad you brought up that you've been traveling and taking this show on the road, literally. I know it's on the road now, but you get my point. Where have you been? Tell me. What's the list? What's the list of places where Medex has had an impact?
We just came from France, from Paris, and it was a huge success, not because we did something great, but the doctors who came were highly professional and very anxious to get home to Israel. So that was a clear and unbelievable experience for all of us.
Paris.
And
London.
And
Buenos Aires in Argentina. Our team went to Brazil and Ukraine. And Kiev and Canada, Australia.
South Africa.
So we are not the only continent that has Jewish doctors.
It's remarkable. Who knew? Who knew?
But
there are Jewish mothers everywhere encouraging their children to get into this.
Exactly. But
it's an empirical fact.
Look, it's really amazing because you're bringing Jews from all over the world who are extremely professional. These are real doctors. The moment they land, the moment they step foot in the country, they're saving people's lives.
Right. And it wasn't always like that, though, because in order to get to the point where you were allowed to start,
you waited a year.
You were changing bedpans. I don't care if you were a surgeon, a brain surgeon, you were changing bedpans.
Right.
That was the rules. Those were the laws.
It's very graphic.
No longer.
Yes, very graphic for a Sunday afternoon.
Okay, all right, sorry, okay.
So who have you brought here? This is essentially Israel's Ministry of Health. Like who's here? That now we don't have to wait a year. Now you come to New Jersey, you get it all done here.
There are two stops. There are two stops at a conventional Medex. One of them is the licensing. You have the Ministry of Health officials here to look at your physical diplomas. They are notarized. They are reviewed. They are approved. The specialty.
Facsimiles are not allowed.
The specialty
It's got to be the real deal. Some people got to take them off the wall, literally.
You see them with their
they
suitcases.
come in with suitcases with diplomas. Yeah. You walk out of that room, you have a license. The only thing you're missing is your Teudat Zehut when you land. What used to take a year takes a few hours. You land, finish, and we just had a group of Israelis, a mission that came to look at this, and we're bringing them around, some officials, quasi-governmental officials, and they're walking around, they're like, we don't understand. So how long, we're like, today. They're done today. They're going to leave today with their license. They just have to get off the plane with their Teudat Zehut, and that's it. And then they go to the other room, and they're interviewing with hospitals and clinics, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, there was a session with one of the ministers and several Israeli reporters, and the question was, how long does it take? And one of the people from the ministry's side said, about a week. To get it all done. Go, what takes a week? They just couldn't understand that it took a week. Somebody said, well, the flight takes 13 hours.
That's part of your week right there.
It's such a win-win. And I think that's the beauty of today. It's a win, obviously, for the olim, that you can actualize their dream and they can hit the ground running. And it is a win for the state of Israel. We opened the doors today at 2-something. 40 minutes after we opened the doors, one of the kupot, one of the medical clinics, came over to me giddy and they said, I signed 15 doctors in the last 42 minutes.
It's unheard of.
It's crazy. And for them, you just changed Israeli communities. 15 doctors in Israeli communities. And for these 15 people, you made their Aliyah possible and feasible.
Rabbi Yoshua, Josh Fass, Tony Gelbart with us. We're at Medex. So I'm trying to process this. I mean, people knew about this 3-4 years ago in the medical field, and yet you're doing record-breaking numbers today. Like, is it just like a snowball effect? Like more and more people, more and more people find out about it, more and more people. Like, is that it?
I think there's a conveyor belt of Zionist expression. I think medical schools are going to graduate kids, students.
Right, but why is year 9 so much more popular than year 5?
I think the climate is pulling more individuals to be Aliyah conscious, to really contemplate and consider whether or not this is a viable opportunity for them. And we're seeing that. We're seeing that in our application numbers. We're seeing that in increased Aliyah, and therefore it's going to affect every demographic and every single profession.
Any idea?
I usually say that, let's say from the States, people are running to something. Opportunity, to Zionism, to homeland, to opportunity to help people, and from other countries like Paris and whatever, you're running away.
Right.
You have to say it. If you don't say it, you're fooling yourself. I never used to say that, but now I have to say it because that's the truth.
And one of the treats, I think, for me, I'm probably, you can correct me, Tony, when we go to countries around the world and we're meeting some fascinating, inspiring communities and congregations. It's been it's such a treat for us.
Yes.
Never in a million years do we ever think that we'd be going and being hosted by communities and chief rabbis of different countries. Yeah. And we pinch ourselves. We're like, what are we doing here? But we also have to be conscious and sensitive to the cultural nuances of each of the communities. And some of the wording that we say is not applicable or appropriate in those communities. When we're talking about you're not running from, you're running to, it's not really true in other countries. So we're adapting to each of the cultures, to each of the motivations, the push and pull of each of the dynamics in each of the countries.
Can I, a couple of things. First,
and by the way, because not just adding, you feel a different sense of urgency or not urgency from different places that you go.
You want to rank it for us or not?
No, just to add to that point, we've been to France 3 times.
Right.
Okay. I knew you were going to say this.
Go ahead.
Meaning they're number one at this?
No, it's fascinating. From year to year, or from 8 months to 8 months, it changes. 3 years ago, when we were there from first time that we did a Medex in Paris, you would have 20-30% of the people talked about anti-Semitism. The other 70% said, it's a viable option. I want to contribute to the Israeli society. Second year, 60-40. Last, we were just there a month ago. Yeah. I don't know when we were there, just a month ago. It was scary. It was almost 100% of the vibe of what they were communicating, of the undercurrent narrative of their Aliyah, and it was frightening for us.
Right.
And we're going to London in a little, some months from now, and you'll see it'll be the same type of thing.
All right, couple of things. First of all, who's doing all your translating? London, you don't need a translator, but in Ukraine, I assume you do, right?
So we have a multinational team.
Really?
Yeah. In Jerusalem, we opened up a separate office of just International Medical Aliyah program. So we have a full spectrum of languages. So they all take the material and they translate it per country, per regulations. So we have on each team, sometimes we have 3-4 people for Russia, Ukraine. We have 3 people for Spain. Different countries. It's a huge team. It's a big team. But when Tony and I go, we're usually given security and given a translator. Right. So, and that allows us to communicate to physicians, allows us to communicate to press.
And your office in Israel has in French also? Not just...
Of course. We have all the languages that we deal with around the world, we have on staff.
It's similar to the Lone Soldier program. Mm-hmm. Very similar. Soldiers from 70 countries making Aliyah. We have 7 different languages we're speaking.
Yeah,
it's like same type of thing.
All right, some investigative journalism.
Oh,
don't take offense to this.
Okay,
go.
This was founded for North American olim to the point where circumstances almost geared this specifically to North American olim. What do I mean? I mean that this effort to go to other countries has been tried in the past, and you backed away from it. Would that be an accurate way of portraying it or not?
Oh, look at you.
I tell you, it's
I see where you're going with
investigative journalism. Don't be insulted. I'm just curious. It's all a curiosity. So you went ahead and tried to do the expansion, and it really funneled back to concentration on North America.
No, stop. Stop this right now.
Okay. Really? I'm under the wrong impression.
Rabbi Sachs, the late Rabbi Sachs.
Yeah.
Allah Shalom Zatzal. He surprised us. We visited London as an exploratory trip.
Right.
And then 2 days later after the trip happened and I met with him, it was a full front page, cover page of the Jerusalem Post. Rabbi Sachs welcomes Nefesh B'Nefesh's expansion in the UK. It was news to us. But at that point,
I didn't notice till today.
But at that point, the chief rabbi announces it.
Of course.
You can't back out.
Of course.
So for a few years, we had a team.
Right.
And we functioned in the UK. And flights and everything. And then the government was like, whoa, this was not part of our strategic arrangement and agreement. And could you please scale it back? And because we're functioning in the UK. So we're like, okay, we have enough work to do in America. So it wasn't that we experimented and retracted. It was surprise and settle down. So that's what happened in the UK. The Medex is an incredible concept because the government of Israel has a crisis.
A need.
And they came to us and said, you have a winning model. Can you please duplicate this around the world so you can peddle a solution to the state of Israel? Today, just between us and your listeners, we have 2 other ministries here that are looking at the Medex model to copy it for other industries in Israel. And that will probably be an announcement in the next few months from now, but you're going to look around here and you're going to see the minister of blank and the ministry of blank, because they right now are looking at this model and saying, let's do this around the world as well, because it's a working, successful model.
Amazing. An absolutely great story. I love this stuff. Now, should I start guessing? I'll start guessing. It's not the legal industry. Plenty of lawyers in Israel. There's no way looking for lawyers in Israel.
What are you doing?
It's not installators.
Radio host.
It's not installators.
No,
It's not installators. There are plenty of those in Israel, right?
Good.
You like that one,
I
huh?
love that. 2 points for Nachum Segal.
So now I have to start thinking. I have something to my ride home. I'm going to think which industries are here just to try to duplicate what you've done with Medex.
Or which...
Who has a shortage? Where is there a shortage?
Where is there a need?
And outside of medicine, you're saying there is a shortage and there is a need. I just have to pinpoint it.
Yes.
All right, you'll give me a couple of days on this one.
I'll tell you on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Investigative journalism, which you're very good
Yes,
at,
we just kicked it. We just kicked off our investigative journalism department. This is where it all. You were here for the historical moment where it all started.
Fantastic.
Tony Gelbart, Rabbi Yeshua Fass. We're at Medex here in the state of New Jersey, and hundreds, as you heard, are going to leave here with the qualifications, with the actual degrees or licenses, more accurately, licenses to actually practice medicine in Israel, which is just remarkable, frankly, and you know how God works. He works in mysterious ways. This event was supposed to be in March. Do you think it's better attended because it's today, or that's irrelevant?
I think we got more numbers.
Wow.
I think we had more traction.
He's the ultimate producer, huh?
More traction. We had more marketing time. And the global quiet, whether or not it's temporary or not, allowed more hospitals to attend and more Israeli delegates to attend because of the parade. So I'm quite happy with a turnout and with the way the day is turning out to be.
How does the summer look? Because what year are we in now? Excuse me for conjecturing on the 24? 25, 26?
20.
Well, 02 to 26.
2002 is the first flight.
So 24. 24 years later.
You know better than I do.
24 years
You should
later.
have known the Rabbi Snack story.
I should have known that. I hope Rami's going to send me a recording of you telling this story 4 years ago.
I'm sure I did, multiple times.
Anyway, that's the problem with having an archivist. All right, so how does this summer look? Because now it's the very end of May.
Summer looks great.
The beginning of June.
This summer looks great.
We like to know if people actually still want to move to Israel. And I remind both of you, there is an economic challenge that we have not had in a long time.
Oh,
yes. Shekel.
As somebody complained to me last week,
Yes.
who lives in Israel
Yes.
and earns an American salary, they are earning 25% less than they used to. And isn't it amazing, by the way? We always think about, hey, world circumstances and circumstances in this country may encourage people to move to Israel. And then God goes ahead and creates a situation where the shekel is 280. And now again,
it's hardening that heart
exactly.
of Paro.
Exactly.
Otherwise, there's no free choice.
It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. So has this been an issue or not?
It's an issue being raised by some olim.
Wow.
It is an issue that's raised
I think
by
it's
us,
raised by everybody.
by everyone, by all organizations, by
nonprofit
universities,
organizations, by businesses.
everyone
Look,
in Israel.
all the high-tech
High-tech.
industries, they're doing their revenue. Their revenue's made in the U.S. or outside of Israel. That's where the revenue is.
The most, if not one of the most important sectors in Israel.
It's affecting everyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. So now what's it going to do to summer Aliyah? It's simply going to be less than it would have been? Is that
No. It's we have a very good summer, please God. People are not backing out. We actually have an increase, but it's a challenge. It's a global challenge.
And I wonder, and I don't even know, you guys have every number and every statistic, so it wouldn't shock me if you knew this, but when the typical Nefesh B'Nefesh olim would move to Israel, how many of them, what percentage of them actually went into a house or a home, an apartment that they bought? It must be very low. Am I right?
Very low.
They start renting.
Yeah, we tell people to.
Well,
So
I think
now
it's
is that
better to
number?
rent. It's better to rent in the beginning because you'll know if
No
that
matter what the
neighborhood-
circumstances.
That neighborhood's for
Right.
you. You know, spend a year,
Right.
2 years. Are the kids in the right schools and that you're getting the right? No, it's
So that number is not going to be anything one way or
I
the
say
other.
to families all the time because they get very stressed out. I was like, you're taking a dart and you're
Right.
throwing it 6,000 miles away.
Right.
Just hit the map. And then once you get there, you can pick a community that's more
Yeah, you've been very into this. You've been very into take everything one step at a time.
100%.
Slowly
Methodically.
Stay calm.
Strategically.
Don't panic.
Don't stress. There's no reason to stress.
No reason to stress.
It's all good.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. So there you have it. The shekel, boy, I'll tell you. And as you said, Tony, Jewish organizations or all organizations, because they're basically all Jewish in Israel.
It's been fun.
No, look, if you're raising money, and you
everyone's got to step up their efforts.
You budget, you have to go back and get some more money. That's it.
25% more.
Affects Nefesh. It affects all the organizations.
By the way, has it strengthened against every currency around the world, or just the dollar?
The
Euro,
sure,
same thing. Pound, same thing. All the stuff, same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
What do they have in Australia? What's this? $1, right? Australian dollar, right? Yeah. All the same. Wow. We're at Medex here in New Jersey as we talk about the challenges of Aliyah. It really is remarkable that, not to harp on it, but it really is remarkable that as time goes by, you think there's certain things you're never going to have to worry about. Shekel basically has been the same for God knows how long, and then this, whatever you want to call it, a wrench or, some new thing happens that has to be dealt with.
Hashem, as you said,
I know.
Deals in, what a good friend of mine said, God gives walnuts to people with no teeth. So bottom line, you gotta figure out how to break the walnut. You put out your teeth.
I'd love to know which business meeting he used that in.
I just want you to know, I hear it once a week from Tony. It's a bumper sticker on my car.
There's got to be a story of something, some major type that he was dealing with that he used that with. There has to be. I'm telling you right now. Are we overtime or we're okay?
Do whatever you want.
Because we're live right now.
It's your corner.
And this is my corner of Medex.
Let's welcome Yael Katzman. Yael Katzman to the show.
Thank you, Yael. I'll tell you got a hardworking staff.
Get the hardest working staff.
You got a lot of people.
Best of the best.
You have a lot of people that put in a lot of extra hours.
Wait a second.
We have no hours.
I also have to say something about you.
Oh, about me?
Yes. How many years have you been doing this with
Tell
us?
Tony to save this for the big Aliyah party. We're definitely having an Aliyah party.
Big Aliyah
party.
Big one.
Big news for you, by the way. Big news for you.
Sold your house.
No, but it's finally on the market, thank God.
Okay.
But nobody wants to buy a big apartment in Manhattan.
Who does?
Exactly, because who that lives in Manhattan has 6 kids?
It's a shekel rate.
Blame it on that. But we had a major development.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No, it's good.
You've been given a secret message.
Go on.
But here's the new development, which you're going to find fascinating.
Hit me.
The new development is that whenever people ask about our transition to whatever the next stage of life is, we always say we're going to be renting on both sides of the world. That's been the party line, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to rent on both sides of the world. We have family here, children and grandchildren. We have family there, children and grandchildren. We're going to rent on both sides. But that has been the party line. So Stacy Segal last Tuesday night was honored by the United Jewish Teachers because she's 17 days away from retirement, thank God. So she gets up and with a prepared speech and says, now that we are moving to Israel. And I'm like, wait a second. I thought the line was now that we're going to be splitting our time between the two. But no, she publicly said that we're actually, and I'll tell you something, I think she's sort of like, this game is ridiculous. Let's just go.
Rip the Band-Aid.
Exactly. Let's just go, and then we'll visit at the appropriate times and see family, et cetera, et cetera.
So enough of our schmoozing really made an impact.
Can you imagine?
That's it. You made my day.
Isn't that? I'm telling you, we have to press her on this one because I don't know. It was prepared remarks, and this is the direction she went in, and it caught all of us by surprise. But we'll see what happens. The proof will be in the pudding, Rabbi Fass. You know when. When we actually sell that apartment and we start this both sides of the world thing, then we'll see how it works. Are we really going to have an established place on both sides of the globe?
Will you have room on your lift that I can put stuff
something
in?
You can't relate to. You never had a place on both sides of the world. You were either living in the United States or you were living in Israel.
Yes.
That would be accurate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will it be that way for us, or will it be complete independence from the United States of America and move on and start thinking about the time when my grandparents arrived in the U.S. in the 1930s with my father, and now almost 100 years later, we're going to reverse that trend and go back to the Holy Land.
Wow.
Amazing. I mean, I know Medex is dramatic, but it's never this dramatic.
That was drama. 2 scoops of drama.
Anyway, so that's the story.
Speechless.
That's the story with that. All right, so let's finish the summer conversation. So you say it's going to be bigger and better than ever. I don't know if you said that.
It's going to be a strong summer.
Right, strong summer, because we're concentrating a lot.
At least as good as last year's banner year.
Right.
Last year was a phenomenal summer. We're looking at the same numbers, a little bit more.
And because we're concentrating obviously today on the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm, trying to gear this a little bit toward the, what's happening in general. But what's the interest? Because aside from those who are actually moving, you always have statistics of those who've started their application, who've inquired, etc.
It's more across the board. There's no striking outlier demographic. It's just more of the same spread. States across the country, same age distribution. But you have people who are voicing within their essays where it used to be, I want to be part of history. I don't want to be in the bleachers. I want to build my family and have Jewish, quality of life, not a standard of living, but a quality of life. And now you're hearing people saying something's happening, and it's adding another element, another puzzle piece to that decision-making process.
Oh, now I have so much to say about this. I don't even know if Tony would agree with me. The impression here is that the prime minister sort of overplayed his hand a little bit in terms of the...
Are you thinking you're talking politics?
Yeah, no, it's terrible. It's terrible, but even Tony, who's so close with all the big shots, he had to have been shocked when the prime minister got on national television here in the United States and said it's time to stop American aid and we have to start weaning ourselves off of American aid. I mean, the fact that he... had this epiphany that he's got to at least make a public comment to, let people know that he's thinking about it.
You really think that Mr. Gelbart is going to respond to
this? I know you're not going to comment on it. But when you say Avira, when you say people are feeling a certain atmosphere, it's not just the anti-Semitism or people who are in big positions who are going out of their way to support the quote-unquote other side. It's also an attitude now toward the Israeli government that we haven't seen in the past. And that's why I'm saying, I'm not making you comment, that's why I'm saying when he gets on national television and makes a statement like that, it's hard not to conclude that he's also feeling a certain tension that's going on.
I will not comment on his opinions and what he says.
Right.
I won't comment on that at all. But for educational purposes, to let your audience know, and hopefully they do know already, but nearly 100% of the funds that Israel gets, military assistance Israel gets in dollars, is spent and must be spent in the U.S.
Correct.
So it's actually a kind of a stimulus package
for
the U.S. military industry from whatever to whatever. But the cooperation is amazing. So there's more to than just, we're going to stop the aid. And
Correct.
There's a lot going on here, and this is nothing that we should comment about.
Correct. And I don't know. Okay, I'm not expecting you to stop. I have to stop the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have such an important point to make, but I can't make it.
We'll talk about over breakfast somewhere.
You can make your point. Doesn't mean we have to answer.
No, I don't expect you to. I'm just saying that,
I said I would.
You're a brave man, Nachum Segal.
The enemy does not... the enemy used to acknowledge what Tony just said. The enemy used to acknowledge that there was a tremendous benefit to the United States about all of this, and they no longer acknowledge it. I think that's a different atmosphere than it used to be. But we're not going to comment about any of that. We're going to simply tell everybody that we're at Medex, and we're broadcasting live. We're having a very interesting conversation with two amazing friends who have been with an organization, actually founded an organization back in 2002, and that now is doing some even more spectacular things, including in the medical field. And final question, of course, every time you two come on, no matter when, there's always something new to discuss. There's always a new innovation, a new project, a new angle, an expanded effort. Anything you want to review. And usually you'll preface your remarks by saying, well, I can't give you full details now, but, So now, Tony. Anything you want to tell us? Because there's always something.
There's something coming, but just wait.
Okay.
There are multiple.
That's a legitimate answer.
Multiple projects.
They're in the oven. They're baking.
Big.
Yeah.
International projects that we're working on.
Wow. A lot of people would look back at the two of you and say, come on, you've already done big. There's big coming. I mean, come on. It's unbelievable.
We get bored easily.
Lavish. That's the problem with the two of you. That may be the essence of the problem.
I'll tell you, that's not the problem. No, we don't get bored. But we got, and that's smart. We were educated over the last 20 years, and we find that there's a need, and we can help fix that need. Then we do it.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And you keep finding
and
needs.
We find
But you should just know that for every need that we find and that we filter and vet, there are multiple needs that come to our desk that we do not feel that we're the appropriate address.
Wow.
And we vet it and we discuss it and see whether or not we can finance it, whether or not we have the appropriate staffing or mindset or bandwidth. And we say no, and we turn people down, and it's very hard to turn.
I was just going to say, that must be tough.
Very flattering to be the girl, asked to go to the dance.
Exactly.
But
well, they
using my
Walnut Boy because Walnut Boy because they see that everything you touch succeeds. That's the whole thing.
No, but we have some exciting projects.
Look, what it is if you can identify a problem, and then you can identify the solution to that problem, then you go ahead and do it. If it's in your wheelhouse
and quantifiably,
there are a lot of problems. There's always a lot of issues, a lot of need, but we can't go and say we're experts in all those things. We use the model that we have and that we've built over all these years, and the connections and the friends and the partnerships, and we say, look, this is interesting. Let's investigate. Let's look at it. Let's discuss it. Let's figure it out. And it takes a long time. And then we say, okay, we'll put our toe in the water. And then before we jump in altogether.
Yeah, boy. Someone once said to me in the world of business, I said, give me a piece of business advice. They said, you'll appreciate this. They said, I think I once mentioned this to you. They said, think 1 million times before adding one expense to your company. I would assume you both think 1 million times before adding a project just to make sure it's all, as you just said, Beseder and, the way it should be and, has the solution that you think actually can be implemented. No?
Not really.
Really? I mean, 1 million is exaggeration, but you got my point.
It's an evaluation of the issue, evaluation of the need, evaluation of the resources that you can bring to the table. And Tony has an incredible filter for everything that we touch, and does a work.
Hey, we discussed this on the plane more than once.
A worst case scenario.
His business sense is one of the biggest keys to your success.
100%. You play it through. And what's the worst case scenario?
Don't downplay it. I beg you.
Don't downplay it.
Call it kavod.
Take those walnuts, man.
We'll discuss it at the big Aliyah party.
This is me exhausted. I'm going to be a walnut for the next 5 hours.
I'm going to give him another one so he'll think about it. Even a blind squirrel catches a nut once in a while.
It fell out.
Unbelievable.
I'm not sure that's really.
I wonder if it would work in Hebrew or would it get lost in translation.
They wonder what a squirrel is.
Oh, yeah, they don't know what squirrels are.
What's the squirrels in the video?
Good point.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. Very good point.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. I guess so.
I thank both of you very much.
We thank you for being here.
Oh, you kidding?
You are the best of the best.
I would never miss it. This is the closest I got to actually being a Jewish doctor. I go to Medex.
I can give you one of those robes.
Yeah.
I need one. I should come in my nurse's outfit or something. That's what I should do.
Nachum, thank you.
Are you kidding?
Really, thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
You always give us inspiration. You really do. You really do.
I appreciate that.
Every time I leave this kind of conversation, I feel like I got an injection of of happiness. Really,
thank you very much.
You're great. And your audience just loves you.
Hashem. I appreciate that.
We love you.
The future of the Jewish people is in the state of Israel, and the future of the state of Israel is in the hands of Nefesh B'Nefesh. How do you like that one? How do you like that one?
That makes up for all the drama before.
100%. Are you kidding me?
All right.
Now I can talk about Bibi all I want.
100%.
I'm out of here.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Tony Gelbart, Rabbi Fass. Rabbi Fass will be with us later in the week on the JM and the AM, and I thank both of them for